Jason, Don, congratulations. You've made it into the third round of this competition. We're sending you back to your home forges to recreate an iconic weapon from history. That weapon is the scissor.
Oh, God.
God. Well, good luck, bladesmiths. We'll see you in 5 days.
Day one. Feels good to be in my own forge. I've never built armor before. I've never shaped sheet metal before. I need a book, Armor for Dummies, you know. They don't make it. I looked. 2 billets I'm making right now are gonna be for the blade. I'm gonna twist one way and I'm gonna twist the other one the other way. I just like the way it looks. I almost screwed that up and twisted it the same direction. I'm going up against Don from Texas. Oklahoma always beats Texas.
I'm not really familiar with a Gladiators Scissor, but since it is armoring, I've been doing armoring for about 25 years. I'm sure I can overcome any challenges that come up for it. I'm using a coarse wrought iron combined with high carbon steel to make a composite welded blade. I have no idea what that came off of, just part of my 500 pounds of stuff. Hey man, we're Texas, we're bigger and better, and our blades are better.
Today's armor day. It's the big experiment day, but seems like all week's been an experiment. Yesterday, I got a pattern cut out. I'm gonna try to get the gauntlet shaped today. I have this big piece of pipe so I can wrap the metal around it. I'm just trying to beat of it until it goes where I want it to.
I'm probably doing this the hardest possible way there is.
So I've got it lined up with my marks. Now I'm gonna throw a little tack weld on each end and then start getting the seams closer together. And that almost looks like I meant to do it.
My whole gauntlet section is done in 3 pieces. The only thing I have left to do is to make sure all the parts fit back together. There's no warps in there that I can't take out. Probably had the first time. I'm trying to get the main cone put on. It's driving me nuts. There's a slight warp in it that keeps catching on the inner layer. Oh, turn it. Damn it. All right, one more time. I'm trying to get the main cone put on. There's a slight warp in it. It keeps catching on the inner layer. There we go. Oh, that was a pain.
This is billet number 3. I have a billet of Damascus. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. I don't think it's gonna look the way that I want. I'm gonna start over with just some plain steel. I did not want to be forging on day 4. I'm going with the W2. It's gonna look good, it's gonna have the look that I want, and I'm not gonna be wasting any more time. Now I'm starting to get the blade pretty close to the shape I want, keeping my measurements in mind. Let's get it done. Even though I don't like the way the blade looks, performance-wise, though, I think it's gonna perform just as good as Don's. If I lose, hell, I guess he just got lucky. Even a blind squirrel will get a nut every once in a while.
All I have left to do is sharpen the blade and then do a little bit of testing. Wouldn't want to triple holding this. That would really suck. I want to make sure nothing's going to rattle loose when the judges start hitting stuff with it. That would hurt. So the final test. It rubs on a knuckle slightly, but you know, to be honest, I didn't even notice that until afterwards because I was just having too much fun swinging and cutting things with it.
All right, gentlemen, this is the sharpness test. To test the sharpness of your edge, I'm gonna attack our sandman here several times. We'll see how they do. Jason, you're up first. Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. The handle feels really good in my hand, but the shape of your blade not being as deep a crescent made it a little bit more difficult to slash. All in all, solid, and it's got a good look. Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, Don, you ready?
I'm ready.
Don, I like the way this is set up, tighter around the arm. But right here at my hand, my knuckle is just pounding into the side. You can see it slashed pretty easily on the arm. And then on the forward punch, didn't quite get the slash I was looking for.
I'm feeling a little nervous. It didn't perform like I wanted. I think Jason had the edge here. His was a more comfortable fit across the hand.
All in all, though, did the job.
Thank you.
Next up, I'll give you to Doug.
Bladesmiths, this is a kill test. To see what kind of lethal damage your weapon will do, I will take your scissor and I will deliver killing blows on this ballistics dummy. Jason, you're first. You ready?
Let's do it.
First up, the minute I put my hand in your handle, it's not directly in line with my fist, so it's slightly off. But as you can see, I can still wield the weapon. The laceration was deep into this cavity right here, so you've got a very sharp blade. The hook you have penetrated right into the heart on the backhand draw. It lacerates and guts everything out and disembowel this ballistics dummy. Your weapon, sir, will kill. Good job, sir.
Thank you.
Don, your turn.
Let's have some fun.
Let's do this. Good. Don, let's talk about your weapon. What I like about your weapon is that it's in line with the handle. On the initial cut here, it lacerated right through there. And in this backhand hook, your edge is deep to go in here and right into that cavity. Your weapon will kill.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, this is the strength test. Now, the scissor was used in gladiatorial combat for both attack and defense. Now, to test the strength and durability of your weapon, we'll clamp them into our mechanical device here. The blade's going to come down and strike the armored cuff of your weapon twice, and then your weapon's going to be launched into this breastplate. Jason, I've already got yours strapped in, so you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Okay. Just the slightest roll. It's not deformed beyond being sharp. And then you can see where the sword came down and hit it. Caused a bit of deformation. And then I think we were pushed just a little further offline. Right in here, it looks like it kind of waffled just a bit. But everything is still tight, still sharp. Nicely done.
Thank you.
So Don, you ready?
I'm ready.
So looking at this, I'm having a hard time finding where the sword hit it. And there's one teeny little mark. You know, the blade's still tight. On that edge is still a razor blade. There's no rolling at all. Very well done. It's nice.
Thank you.
Bladesmiths, you've worked very hard to recreate weapons that we've never seen here in the Forge before. However, in this competition, there can only be one Forged in Fire champion. And that champion is... Don, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jason, unfortunately, your blade did not make the cut. David Baker will explain.
Jason, what this came down to was the strength test. It's a gladiator's weapon. It's got to be strong. That rolled edge and the deformation you took from the hit on the cuff, well, that's why we're sending you home.
Jason, please surrender your scissor.
I spent 5 days making something I've never made before. I went up against a guy who builds armor quite often. I held my own against him. I'm pretty proud of that fact. I loved every minute of this experience.
Don, congratulations. You are the Forged and Fire champion and will be receiving that check for 10 grand. How do you feel right now?
Man, I feel fantastic. It feels great to be a Forged and Fire champion. $10,000. And I'd like to get something nice for my wife. We kind of had a little fun, you know, making jokes at each other about Texas versus Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm glad to see Texas came out on top. Woo!